So if I try and walk on it, so this is going to be an ice update video. It is January 3rd and we've had 4 or 5 days of plus 5 to 10 Celsius weather. So I had, in that corner I had 3 or 4 inches. Here I had at least that of ice, because we did have some minus 10 Celsius evenings. But with the really warm weather, we actually had some rain. I have lost a lot of ice. So you can see here, get my hand under it. I got about maybe an inch. So if I try and walk on it, so you can't stand on it, obviously. Now the other problem I have is I noticed in this corner my water level is very low. So you can see the ice here. That's maybe half an inch in this corner. And even in here I don't have any coverage. So although I fixed the leak here, I either have more leaks or this one's not perfect, in that it's still leaking a very minimal amount. Wouldn't be an issue if it was cold, because obviously it would be frozen. But since it's been so mild, the ice has been melting, and then I think what's happening is the liquid is still leaking out in that corner. It was really rainy, so I can't even tell anymore if it's leaking or not. There's no snow, as you can see, so that's another indicator. Because if you have a pile of snow, which is what I had back in that corner, and when the water was leaking out, I could see that there was a section of the snow that was melted, so I could tell that there was water leaking. And then yeah, even in this corner, same thing. Like right in here, it's just exposed plastic. It's not any ice or water. So what I'm gonna have to do is unfortunately fill it up for a 3rd time. We do have cold weather coming up later this week, January 6th or 7th, so in 3-4 days kind of thing. And it's getting cold enough where if I fill it up, I'll probably fill it up more than I want, anticipating some leaking out of this corner. And as long as it freezes fast enough, that's okay, because once it gets to ice, it obviously doesn't leak anymore. So now I'm just looking for really cold weather. And the other unfortunate thing that's happened, which happens in storms and when the ice isn't frozen, is I have all these leaves. I got also some debris here. It's kind of like a dirt. It might even be some of the debris that comes off the shingles off the roof. If you get a lot of wind, that can happen. So this will actually dull your skates if you're skating on it, because it's very granular. But there isn't a whole lot I can do. So that's why in a previous video I was quite happy that I was able to fill this up and it was able to freeze without any of those imperfections. But since we've had the warm weather and the rain, and it was quite windy and stormy the last week or so, it's unfortunately blown a lot of debris onto the ice. So what I'll do now is I'm gonna wait till it's gonna be below 0. It's not gonna be below 0 for a couple of days. So once I know it's gonna be below 0, I will start filling this up again, and then just wait for the cold weather. And there isn't much now that I can do about a leak. It's very, very difficult to identify. I did fix this one, but I broke up the ice because I knew it was there. If there's other leaks throughout, I just have to live with it. So what I've done in the past is I've filled it up, it's leaked a bit, frozen, and I've had to refill it again. So that's kind of what I'm doing this time, but I'm hoping that this will be the last fill up because we are going to be approaching mid-January shortly. So my hope is that we'll see some cold weather and won't have to worry about leaking here. Again, very difficult to see because it was really rainy, so I don't actually know if I still have a significant leak there or not. So my next video will just be me commenting on how the filling up went, how frozen the ice is, and yeah, we'll go from there. So I'm at least a week away from skating. I could have skated on December 26th or 27th, but because of some wacky weather we had with the rain, I wasn't able to, just because the ice was so unstable. I had a couple of smooth spots, but then I had kind of like an elevated area here, basically where the snow was and didn't blow off. It froze very uneven, so you couldn't really skate on it. So I was hoping to beat my January 9th record from last year, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think it's going to be closer to the 15th that I'll be skating, unless I get some minus 15 or 20 Celsius evenings. So we'll see. Back to the drawing board.